What up, boys and girls? Welcome to Fede's Corner, where I just be talking. And today I want to talk about a few things, mainly involving friendships in your 20s. First of all, this is the first episode, so I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Federico. I am Dominican, which pretty important. I think it's not English is not my first language, so if I ever mispronounce, there you go. If I ever mispronounce anything, it's your guys' fault, not mine. Okay. Anyway, I want to talk about a few things, starting with friendships. Mostly when you're in your 20s, because I do think like we have this misconception about friendships, right? Like maybe your friends are like the ones you talk to normally, right? I don't think those are really your friends. I feel like once you get to your 20s, maybe mid 20s, late 20s, once you get out of college and you start working, um, you realize you start talking less and less with the people you really like. Unless you like guys live like very nearby or I don't know, have a very deep connection as friends, you guys won't be talking normally. And it has happened to me a lot. Like I have a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of friends, but I have a few close friends. And recently, um, because of work in university, I've been very away. I've been very distant to them. And just recently, I've been trying to connect again, right? It has been a long, long process, right? Because, you know, talking is hard sometimes because maybe you're busy, maybe you cannot answer, and maybe you just forget, which happens to me a lot because my ADHD, and I think I answered you, but I didn't. And I feel like some people suffer from that. But going back to the topic of friends, um, now that you're in your mid 20s, you realize, oh my God, might be a bit lonelier than I thought. Maybe I don't have that many friends. Like maybe it's a Friday night and like today, and you want to go out and you don't really have anyone to text to say, hey, let's just go out and have a few drinks, right? And that's fine. Okay? You're gonna be busy. People are gonna be busy. People are gonna be tired also, because when you were in college, you had this stress about finals, right? Which at the end of the day is stress nevertheless, but it's not real life stress like it is working, right? Because when you work, you have this stress about getting deadlines done, and those deadlines really mean something. Because when you're in college, you're, oh fuck, I missed the deadline. Let me talk to the teacher, to the professor. Maybe he can like accept it a day later. At work, you get fucking fired if you miss the deadlines, right? So people are gonna be busy, okay? And sometimes you are just gonna feel very, very alone. And let me tell you, you are not alone. You're not alone. Maybe what's going on is maybe you're isolating yourself, and maybe you are just thinking, uh, which this happened to me a lot of times now that I am in my 20s as well. Um, Maybe they don't want to hang out with me because they don't text me to go out, right? It might be because you might be the type of person who doesn't want to go out all the time, and maybe there's a couple weekends where you are just like, I think I'm gonna pass. I think I'm not gonna go out drinking and get fucking shit faced like most people do. Because when you go out and your friends are funny, they are gonna drink and they're gonna get shit faced, which sometimes is pretty funny. I'm gonna admit, I am one of those people. I love getting shit faced sometimes. It is pretty fun. And even more fun when you have like your very close friends and you just start dancing and singing. If it's a karaoke specifically, it's gonna be so much fun. Like it's gonna be so fun. So fun. Anyway, moving on from the topic of friends, which we're probably gonna like go full circle to it, but right now just hear me out. Today I went to the movies. and I watched Spider-Man. And if you don't want spoilers about the movie, I will try to avoid spoilers. If anything, just go to like this timestamp to avoid spoilers. Okay. Anyways, Spider-Man was an amazing movie. An amazing, amazing movie. I think out of the four movies, this one might be the best one. Action wise, history wise, I absolutely adore Sandy as Jean Grey. I feel like I'm not a nerd as some people are. Like, oh my god, I know the entire lore of the comics. So maybe like, oh, this is not my Jean Grey. This is my Jean Grey. They didn't adapt it well. I thought they did a pretty good job. I think she smashes it as Jean Grey. Also, talking about Jean Grey, I think Sarah Grey is a great addition to the movie. It actually gives her a motive. The only thing is, if you don't know about X Men or anything like that, you really don't like. Obviously, people with powers, oh my god, they're gonna get persecuted and blah blah blah. But if you don't know about mutants and you don't know about the X Men, you're gonna get confused. You're gonna be like, what's going on here? Why are they like taking her away? Yeah, obviously she has powers and she has like telepathy or whatever it is. And like for me at least, I know about comics and all of that, but I think someone who doesn't know anything about comics might be a bit lost on the lore there, but I think as a movie, like everything just transitions very very well. So like I don't think it's a big deal. I'm nitpicking here because I don't think it's a big deal. Though I will have to say about the Punisher and Spider-Man duo, I think they are so fucking funny. I when they were like fighting the Hulk and they showed the camera of them fighting, I just thought, oh my god, this is the funniest thing ever. I've never watched The Punisher, by the way. I want to be very clear with that. I don't think I have read a single comic about The Punisher. I've seen him in other stories, of course, but I've never sat down and actually watched something about The Punisher. But I do think Frank is it Frank Ocean? Frank Castle. Frank Castle. Frank Ocean is the singer. We do not confuse Frank Ocean with Frank Castle. I do think Frank Castle does a great job at portraying a character that is, I'd say, very traumatized, um, in a very nice, light way. Yeah, because he's not very like he's mean, obviously. Like I think that's just the Punisher, like as a character. But I don't think he is very mean to the point of, oh yeah, this guy has been through a fucking lot. I think the dynamic he has with Spider-Man in the movie is absolutely amazing. And I also have to say that dynamic he has with MJ, which is very short-lived. It's really nice. It's really nice, I must admit. It's really nice. I am not even gonna lie. Like the whole movie, it's really nice. I think some shots are just fantastic. The shot when he's fighting the hand and he just does this while he's falling down is amazing. Oh my god, I am gonna glaze this movie so hard. But I do want to say, and this is more of a fan of films, not a fan of Spider-Man or movies. Or yeah, movies. Yeah, I'm talking about comic movies. I do think the stakes. I think maybe not the stakes, but I think the pacing kind of doesn't really does it for me, and I do think some parts in the movie could have been maybe more well handed. As I do think the how he presents himself again to MJ and Ned, instead of trying to make it so funny, it doesn't have to be emotional either. It can be like I believe they make a lot. I think actually they put a lot of emphasis on Peter's mental health, but I would have loved to see, I don't know, Ned's perspective or MJ's perspective on this, because I would have liked to see them not remember, because I don't want them. It's not that easy. I don't want Spider-Man to be happy. I am one of those people who doesn't want Spider-Man to be happy. I think it could have been maybe more, like it could have been better handled. That's what I want to say. And for the ending of the movie, I do think Jean Grey, if anything, is gonna be a part of the Spider-Man films from now on. And I just hope they don't make her a love interest. I want Gwen Stacy, if anything. MJ is working well, but if they're gonna present another love interest, I want that to be Gwen Stacy. Anyway, going full circle about the Friends. Yeah, I told you it was gonna be full circle. I went alone to watch the movie today because I decided, hey, I do have friends to go with, but I don't have anyone that I would want to go with. Make sense? It's not about being lonely or not liking the people I have around me. It's just, I guess this movie, as a Spider-Man fan, because I love Spider-Man, meant so much to me that I decided to just go alone, enjoy it. And I went out of the theater like with a smile across my face. I was so happy when I watched that movie. It was so nice. It was very, very nice. I must say, the movie, I am going to give it, as a Spider Man fan, I am going to give it a 10 out of 10 as a Spider Man fan. But as a movie critic who's not really a movie critic, I am going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I think that's fair. 7.5 or 8. Because I did have some issues. I think the Hulk, it's a Spider Man movie at the end of the day, but I think the Hulk could have been so much more interesting. If you've read comics, you know Hulk actually likes Spider-Man. And I do think that's canon. So like it could have been so much funnier and so much more amazing. Anyways, I am going sidetracked again because I was talking about Friends and I started like talking about Spider-Man again. Anyways, I am gonna stop getting sidetracked about Spider-Man and I'm just gonna talk about Friends again. Anyways, uh I have my best friends, right? I have one male best friend and one female best friend. My male best friend is, as like we've been friends since we were kids, and he's been one of the friends I've been pushing away from a long, I would say, from more than a year now. And recently we started talking religiously again, and the chemistry we have as friends is it's never gonna go away. Like we're just very close friends. Um, I'd say he's a very private person, right? But he's not private with me. Like we were talking so much stuff instead of saying shit. Uh, Again, and it's so funny. Like we can talk about any topic and it does not get boring. But it's what I've been saying. We both got busy, maybe got into messy relationships, maybe just life pushed us afar away, and we stopped talking for a bit. And as I've been saying, that's okay. That's okay. At the end of the day, you don't really need to be religiously in contact with somebody for them to be your friend. Obviously, it might feel like you're alone, but let me tell you, you're not alone. You have people who love you. You just have to reach out. They will answer. It's a message for all the people who's listening right now. You are loved. So do not feel lonely. Do not. Well, actually, if you feel lonely, because I am saying not to feel things, but you will feel things, even if you don't want to. Just remember there are people around you. and those who are around you do appreciate you one way or another. You may not understand why, but they do. So just don't be afraid to reach out. Anyways, I completely lost track of what I was saying, so I'm just gonna move on to another thing. Um, Relationships. What I what I said about maybe messy relationships, making you push away your best friends or friends in general, maybe one of the main reasons of why people stop talking to their friends in their 20s. Actually, well, this is what I've seen. I have no statistics to base this off. Like I'm just talking shit. Uh, but yeah, I do think um controlling girlfriends and boyfriends might be the worst thing that ever happened to planet Earth. And I am saying that as a person who has been in very controlling relationships. Um, I wouldn't want to go into detail because, this is YouTube. Everybody can watch this. But I've been in relationships where I want to go out with my friends, right? I just want to like be with them. And my girlfriend at the time would make me choose, or should I stay with her where we at, let's say my apartment and watch a movie, or should I go out with my friends? And let me tell you, if your partner does this, make them go see a therapist or fucking break up with them. Actually, do not break up with them. Like maybe that's a bit extreme, but that is a pretty toxic trait. Like your partner shouldn't make you choose. They should encourage you to do whatever you want to do. Actually, your partner should go with you unless they're like feeling unwell. Like if you guys are both doing well, why wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you try to being your boyfriend's, girlfriend's, whatever you have circle? It's just kind of crazy to me how some people think I can be with another person and just not be part of their group. You're in their life, and their group is their life. You might be the main person, yes, but that does not make you impugn to the fact that you have to hang out with their friend, with her, him, or whatever it is, friends. Like at the end of the day, just just have to share. You're giving in because you know what relationships are about. They're about loving, obviously, but they're also about sacrificing, spending. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about time. Also money, but we're not gonna focus on that. It's about giving away. Well, not really giving away, because I don't think that's a really good term to say that, but it is giving the other person your time, which is your more valuable thing you have. At the end of the day, the only thing that does not come back is time. So if you've gotten out of a very messy relationship, just don't take that as time wasted. Take it as time where you grew, where you learned, right? And if you're very messed up from the relationship you went out, my recommendation is to work on yourself. Because at the end of the day, and this is going to sound very cliche, but you have to love yourself first before you love somebody else. And the person you should love the most is yourself. Loving yourself comes in various ways. And also, if you love yourself, you are going to be happy no matter what. Because people can go, because people will come and go. That's just part of life. But if you love yourself and if you're very happy with yourself, the fact that you're losing people or maybe gaining friends or whatever it is not going to affect your mental health in the long run. Because what we want to have is happiness, but sometimes we're not willing to work to actually think we're worth something, which I think is a very big problem with the generation right now. We compare ourselves. It doesn't matter to whom, but we compare ourselves. And that is a very big problem. Like, I'm 24, I still live with my grandma. Not because, like, I couldn't, like, rent an apartment. I could. It's just the house market is so shit that if I did, I would have to spend a lot of money that I don't want to spend, that I don't have to spend. And most people are in the same situation. Unless you're like a fucking nepo baby or you're like an amazing businessman, you cannot do that. And I think that's the reality of most people. Well, I am from the Dominican Republic. Maybe if you're from another country, you can move out earlier or later. I don't know, man. I only live in my country and I love my country. It's a pretty nice country. Very nice beaches. Um the job market is shit. The job market is shit. And oh my god, I lost track of what I was saying again. You see, guys, if you have ADHD, go to your psychiatrist. Okay, like they're gonna help you out. They've been helping me, but I take pills in the morning, and so like when it's night, the effect has passed, and so like it just comes back. Fuck. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, you don't need anybody else to be happy. You don't need anybody else to love you to feel love. Why? Because you can love yourself. You're all the only thing you're ever gonna need is yourself. As long as you have yourself, you are okay. Do not worry about others. Well, actually, do worry do worry about others. I do not mean it in that way. I mean, do not worry about the love others may give you, because the love you give yourself is the most important type of love you need in your life. And with that said, I don't know. I've been just like rumbling. I've talked to. Actually, no. I am gonna talk about my favorite movie this year before we close this episode off, and I'm gonna talk about Project Hail Mary, which I think is the best movie that has come out this year. I hadn't cried with a movie in like 6 years until I saw Rocky. If you haven't seen Project Hail Mary, I am so sorry for you. Go watch it now, my dude, my girl, my man, my broski. Please. It is a 10 out of 10 movie, and I hope it wins all the Oscars next year. Because it is such an amazing movie. It takes you on a journey like I don't know which movie to compare it to, because it's about a professor that discovers a particle or whatever the fuck it is. I am not a scientist. I don't know. And he just embarks on a travel, right? To save the world, basically, because fucking cataclysms coming, whatever, right? And he meets this alien, which is made of rocks, and he names him Rocky. His real name is like or something like that. But Rocky becomes such an endearing character. I think the movie is so good because Ryan Gosling makes such a great job at really naturalizing how you would react to an alien species. Meeting an alien species and that alien species being so nice to sacrifice their life to save you. It's so nice. It's such a nice movie. Please watch it. Please watch it. I am trying my best to give the less spoilers I can give. Obviously, I just gave a lot of spoilers, but still, like if you watch the movie, you're gonna understand why it's so good. And also, don't get me started on the cinematography. Like the colors on the movie are so amazing. Anyways, go watch it, please, right now, and leave in the comments what you think about Project Hail Mary. Please, that's all I'm asking for. Don't even like this video. Don't even subscribe. Just tell me what you think about Project Hail Mary. Thank you very much. Anyways, this has been probably everything for this episode of My Corner, which is just me on a corner of my room on my sofa talking crap. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know do something with your life. You've just spent like 20 minutes watching this video. Why would you do that? Anyways, good night, good morning, or good evening. I don't know. I send you a kiss.